Hi everybody! Hello and welcome to DETV. Hello everybody in the chat. All the regulars are here. Awesome. Today we're going to be going over a dice drop, yesterday's newsletter, and at the end we'll talk a little bit about the state of the world, I guess. Let's see. That's not going to be very exciting, but it'll be fine. Alright, so first of all, let's take a look at yesterday's drop. Cruel Observer. These are not beholder dice. They're beautiful. There's eyeballs in every face. Some of you might remember it from when we talked about it during Subbox times. This was Subbox, I want to say like November of last year. And now, full on 8-piece metal set, infinity included, awesome eyeball engravings on every side. I have not seen Welcome to Night Vale, but I totally trust you, Farron-kun. So yeah, they're Welcome to Night Vale dice, not beholder dice. Definitely not beholder dice. Cruel Observer, let's scroll down a little bit, see our 10% off coupon is Behold, very appropriate this week. And yeah, I don't know, there's not much to say about these. I mean, they're pretty like straightforward. You obviously get the inspiration. Eyeballs, amazing. And what's fun is there's a different shaped pupil on each high face of each die. I think there might be one duplicate, like D4 or something. We'll take a look and see. I'm gonna go ahead and roll these out here so we can take a look and then get a closer peek. I will also read the copy here that Maria wrote. Cruel Observer, every move you make, every step you take, it's watching you and plotting, planning your demise, and that of anyone or anything that stands in its way. You'll never see it coming, but the Cruel Observer, it sees all. Very threatening, very appropriate. Let's take a look at the D20. Yes, BB Dub, the font is pretty cool. I was able to find this royalty-free font that we used. It's kind of like a horror movie, spooky vibe. It's got like squiggles. I don't know if we can get a good look there. But yeah, it's kind of squiggly and pointy. It's very cool. This one, the high face, has like a double pupil. I don't know if any of you are familiar with like building Beholder in the Monster Manual, I believe. Probably the updated one too, although I haven't had a chance to check it out. You get to choose like the different eye shapes can mean different things. So that's pretty fun. So we tried to reflect that here. Let's see, that was the 20. We've got sort of sideways oval pupil on the D10. And then all over, and you can see on the D4, especially on this blank side, on the non-high side, it's got that like pitted, dotty texture, which is pretty cool, and I hope somewhat resembles like skin-ish, monster skin-ish texture. So lots of fun. These were a lot of fun to make. I designed them in Illustrator, like vector artwork, and then give it over to Dylan, who does all of our 3D modeling. So that was cool. This one's cool too. The high face of the D6 is like a little hourglass shape, so that's fun. But yeah, actually, yeah, I think there's a keyhole one too. I was thinking that might be it, but it's not. Let's see if there is a keyhole one. Here's our D12. What's 12 got? Oh no, 12's got like snake or cat eye or whatever you want to call that. But yeah, this is a great set. Good weight as always with all of our metal sets. And you get the Infinity D4 included, which is great. This one's got just a big pupil on the high face. It was actually, I think, when I first designed it, I had the cat/snake eye, like skinny pupil, on the high face of the D4. But this is the one on the D4, and so I think it was Dylan was like, I don't think that's gonna work, Rach. So I ended up having to change it. But now it's a big fat guy. He's pretty cool. The color on this is really great too. It's purple, but it's like matte. It's not shiny purple. The white enamel is shiny, so it's got good contrast. Great weight to them as always. So just a cool set. Very happy with this one. And yeah, there are not beholder dice or our Cruel Observer set. So definitely check those out. Let's see, I'm sorry, just trying to catch up on the chat real quick. Decoy DW says, thanks for the advice. Unfortunately, Java didn't have any sets in stock, but I'll keep checking. Decoy, honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sure, I remember you emailed me, and you're asking about, I'm assuming, Java Elemental. If you remember the question, go ahead and retype it, because Maria's here, and she might have some better insight into whatever answer I gave you. I apologize. I have a lot, like, in my head at all times, so hopefully we get you squared away either way. Let's go back to the newsletter and take another look. Okay, so we also included a fun magic item. I don't know if you guys saw in your Twitch notification. I was able to call it a magic item. Get it? Like I-Tim item. Lots of fun. Let's take a closer look. Let me pull up a zoom here so we can see. It's the Ephemeral Eye magic item. So essentially, this is a temporary tattoo. I thought it would be funny to have a temporary tattoo item, like D&D style. I'm not sure how that 100% like would work, but I'm thinking like, a spell casting artist painted it with magic ink onto like a thin piece of parchment. And I mean, I don't know, maybe he has like minions to help them replicate it like a bunch of times, because usually with temporary tattoos, you're going to want to make more than one. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that's what happened here. So with magic ink, it's applied to this parchment, and then using moisture and pressure and a little bit of time, you can apply it to yourself. And once you do, it comes with really nifty eye ray powers. So I loaded it up with 1d4 charges, so you can roll your d4 to determine how many charges it has after you've applied it. And then after a long rest, your next long rest, it fades away and vanishes off your skin, which that's like what a temporary tattoo would do, right? And the eye rays, I basically just adjusted the Beholder eye ray table to give like weakened versions of the magical eye rays that beholders can do. So it's just everything's a little bit weaker. The DC is a little bit lower for the saves, and the last two beholder eye rays are Disintegration Ray and Death Ray, both of which seem just a little bit too extreme for a temporary tattoo to have the powers of. So turned it into a Crumbling Ray, which will do the disintegration effect, but only on non-living items. And then the Dumb Ray, which is kind of fun, and it's just a way to sink a stat of an enemy, and then for a temporary amount of time, and then they can go back to normal instead of, auto-killing somebody, which would be like a lot for a silly magic item. So looks like Maria's taking care of Decoy DW. Thank you very much, Maria. And I think that's it for the newsletter. Let me just hop back in and make sure. Oh, and then we posted about other monster dice we have. These will be familiar to all of you guys. I guess the gelatinous icosahedrons, those are old. It's an old item, so we haven't gone over those on stream, but we definitely went over 3 kobolds and avian ferocity. So yeah, we really like making monster dice, like monster themed dice. It's fun. So, and I know we have a bunch of designs like in the whatever, the hopper of designs that we've done, so hopefully we'll be able to get some more monster dice out. All right, cool. So that's Beholder. If anybody has any questions, please ask. And Maria and I wanted to also take this time to just gently mention that we are aware, as I'm sure everyone is, that tariffs have become a thing to worry about. And we have gotten a couple emails from you guys asking like how we're going to be affected, if we can expect any changes. And the best answer is that we are not sure, because things are constantly in flux lately. From day to day, things change. They were like not to worry about, and then got a little worse. And then at this point, with the current tariff structure, if it sticks, it's going to mean all of the cost of our manufacturing is going to essentially double. And we are currently working very hard around the clock to find out ways that we can pivot so that we don't have to then double our retail prices. That is not even something we're considering. So right now we're working at we're looking at other manufacturers. We are looking at other types of products to bring to market, things that we can maybe just not avoid, but lessen the blow of some things. Maria's doing a lot of negotiating with our current manufacturers to try to see how we can, after being longtime customers, maybe save a little here and there and make up for it. Essentially, we don't know for sure exactly what's going to happen, but we are doing everything in our power to protect our consumers, you guys, our fans, from major price differences. So we did a little research lately and searched around for the other subscription boxes that are out there, Dice subscription boxes, and we're sort of weirdly pleased to find that we're the only people doing that we found. We're the only people doing custom polymer and metal dice sets, like in a subscription, as a subscription product, and most other companies are doing just generics. So that was interesting, and we'll definitely mention that more because it's something that we have always wanted to provide. We don't want you guys getting just like run-of-the-mill dice when we can do stuff like Cruel Observer dice and have eyeballs all over our dice and fun stuff like that. So that is the kind of thing that we're working to preserve. And it's just good to know that we are the only ones out here doing custom dice subscription boxes. So we're going to make sure we promote that and like sort of rep that a little better in the future. And also in doing this research, we looked around and found that most other companies are charging a lot more for their subscription products. So we've always stuck to the formula of like whatever you signed up as a subscription, whatever price you signed up as, is going to just be your price forever. We have some subscribers that have been with us for like 10 years, I think is maybe the longest one. So something might eventually have to give with that, and we might start trying to just slightly increase the price of our subscription boxes, maybe every year or so. But all this is to say, we're doing our best to keep our prices low, cutting out middlemen where we can. Maria's doing a lot of, face-to-face and over-the-phone talking with people to try to find ways around this. So, but yeah. So essentially, we're aware of it. We're aware that it's going to affect us. We're not aware of exactly how much it's going to affect us, and we are doing our best to prevent it from affecting you. So, that's all the information I have, and to be honest, like, I'm not probably the person who should be talking about this anyway, because I don't have like the most amount of information, but that's the gist of what's going on. So if you do have any specific questions, you can always reach out, hello@diceenvy.com. I will happily pass it along if it's something that's, above my pay grade, to find out an answer. And we want to make sure you guys feel good about the future, and so we're working hard to make ourselves feel good about the future and get you guys feeling good about the future. I think that's it. Hopefully everyone else is dealing with tariff stuff fine. You probably see a lot of, like, if you're on social media, you probably see a lot of reactions from the TTRPG community, and board game community and game community, because it is affecting us all. But yeah, I don't know, heads up, like, keep your hopes up and everything, and that's what we're doing. And Maria mentions we will definitely communicate any changes before they happen. It is, like I said, day to day things are changing, so we have withheld like making any bold statements until we get a better idea of how things are shaking out. But yeah, if there are any price increases on anything, we will definitely send out messages. Here is a great place to hear about it, because as soon as I find out, I'll be letting you guys know. So we should be fine. No one's like super worried, but we are aware that it's a topic, so we wanted to address it. All right, I think that's it. The cats are getting restless, so that might mean it's time for me to go. I think that's it. Next week we're going to be talking about next week we have a sale. Next week we have a sale on certain items that may start with the letter L and end with the sound X. Mystery items, maybe. Yeah, probably. Gonna have some of those to show off for you guys, and that'll be a good opportunity for us to go over that product. And there will be a sale, and I haven't decided if it's just going to be a markdown or a code yet. It's probably going to be a code, because I think that's how we usually do it. But yeah, we'll go over that then. And thank you guys for tuning in today. If you tuned in late, Glitchy Jin. You can catch the recording on YouTube probably like within the hour. And please do watch it because we have a couple comments about tariffs, and I definitely want you to get to see, although I can go ahead and just show these off again. Our Cruel Observer set was just dropped yesterday. There's an eyeball dice set, definitely not a beholder set. That would be illegal. Yeah, so thank you everybody for joining in today, and take care of each other, stay safe, happy rolling, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye everybody.